Hey y'all.
Hey, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. How
Happy
are
Sunday
you?
afternoon.
It's beautiful outside today.
It
A
is.
little humid, a little more humid than I would like it, but
Really?
yeah, I don't like humidity. Like I don't mind the 80-degree weather, just less humid, you know. And I went out to go run my last minute errands and I'm like, "Oh, it's stuffy out here."
I wanted to go work in the yard, but now I don't know. I haven't been out yet.
Okay, well, when y'all get ready to go out, be prepared because I don't know what's happening out there.
I'm gonna put my sun hat on.
Definitely, you're gonna definitely need your sun hat on today. You know, it be that humidity weather that end up tanning you more than just being in. You ever notice you get a tan when it's more humid, or it could be
Mm,
me.
I just sweat more when it's more humid. I don't know about the tan.
I don't know.
Okay, I definitely need to be out there.
Oh, child, I be look. It's you want your tan. I wish we could trade some tans off. Cause I'll be running from the sun. So listen, everybody, we have SF Hardy with us today. She is a woman of many, she wear many hats. She's an author. She sell scented candles. Is it lotions,
Body butters. Yeah.
body butters? And I was really intrigued. You want to be because we got someone in common, an aspiring race car driver.
Yes.
How am I hearing the echo? Is someone playing it? Uh,
Do you have two screens up, Steph?
I could. Let me shut the Facebook down on the computer.
Okay.
that's probably it.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, so much better. And then when you turn to the side, that's how the cute little flower petal in your hair.
Yes, it's fading. It's time to get touched up.
It's cute.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Wait, I'm sorry, I threw Keela all off. So you said aspiring race car driver.
Yes, aspiring
Okay.
race car driver. So I noticed that she wanted to be one too.
Yes, I do.
You
I
said
have.
one too, Keela. You want to be one?
You know, I've always wanted to be one.
Oh my goodness.
So I just never went through with it. You know, other things in
Pursued.
life happen.
Well,
I
now you
think
can
we
put the
should get
N1
together
combo.
and figure out how we can pursue it together. Maybe we can be a team.
I think we could. You know, Tia Norfleet is on my page. And
Okay.
so maybe we could talk to her and figure some things out. You know, she been through some things.
Or you could
That'd
go to
be
the N1 concourse in Pontiac. They have a race course right
Oh,
on
they do.
let's
Woodward
do
and Martin Luther King. They have a whole race course. Just
it.
go live it up right there.
You know,
Okay, so I'm
who
still
knows?
getting feedback. I wonder, I'm gonna check, I'm gonna do my mic check and see if this is it. Hold on. Because do you still hear the feedback?
A little.
I don't
Oh,
hear any feedback on my end.
okay,
I
hold
hear
on.
something.
Okay, it seemed like it's every time I talk though. Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on. Let me check something out.
We can't hear you at all now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Okay. Now, do you still hear it? Yeah,
Not as much.
I can still hear it a little bit, but okay, the show must go on though.
And it shall. We'll be okay. So, first we were talking about what our icebreaker would be. But
Mhm.
now I just kind of like what we just talked about. You guys want to be race car drivers.
Yes. I think we should, Stephanie. I think we should.
I'll go
Whenever,
watch.
yeah, you can come and watch, and I'll make sure I have on all types of safety gear and all of that good stuff. You know, because right now my bones are fragile. I'm getting older, and I'm not as much as a risk taker. You know, Stephanie, you're a little bit younger than me. I'll let you handle the wheel most of the time.
Just a little bit, not much. Maybe a year or two, maybe three, but not much.
Not
I don't
much.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good afternoon,
Hey,
Crystal.
Krista.
Hi,
Wait,
Crystal.
I
So
wanted to
if
go
you
back too because when I was reading, okay, aspiring race car driver, entrepreneur because you sell candles and like scented body butters and such, author, and then a librarian.
Yes.
Like at a school?
Public library.
See, talk about like a dying like profession. I didn't really know that because they call them like media specialists now.
In the schools, they call them media specialists.
Okay.
That's
But
interesting.
you need a teaching certificate even to be a librarian in the schools, and I don't have that.
Wow.
So
Wow, that's like pretty cool.
yeah,
Do they still have the Dewey Decimal System?
we still have the system. We just don't have the card catalog. Everything is online or digital catalog.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
That is interesting because, okay, it's always, SF is she jazzy, right? Got her blonde hair, and she, librarians got the old look. They look like they so much nerdy, and they just walk in corners. She's so opposite of that. I guess those the old librarians.
I know,
I
right?
know that's a myth. I mean, you'd be surprised. You go to different conferences and stuff like that. My son used to tell me all the time in the beginning, he was like, "You don't look like a librarian." I'm like, "What does a librarian look like?" But when I wear sunglasses. I don't wear glasses. And when my hair is long, I do wear it in a ponytail and a bun because it's too much to do anything else with it. So, but yeah, no, I guess I don't fit the mold. But I don't fit the mold of
But
anything.
that's okay. That's right, because ain't nothing average about us, right?
No, I think that's so cool. I think that is so cool.
That is cool. So that's why I was like, she wear many hats. Like none of these correlate with one another.
No.
She just kind of like, I do this, girl. I race cars. I'm librarian. I make body butters. I mean, I do it all. I'm here for it. So listen, we're gonna jump right into it. So with that being said, where are we going today, ladies?
We're going all
the way there.
All the way there. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I hit the. I don't need to be the DJ no more.
Where are we going today? All the way there. Let's go.
So, Stephanie.
Yes.
Let's dive right into it. You are a children's author.
Yes.
And you are also the owner of Get Litty.
Yes, I'm the founder of Get Litty. It's a family reading readiness program, which we will have our first session, 6-week session in July at the Edison branch of the Detroit Public Library.
Okay.
I'm hoping to have 10 families sign up. I haven't started the registration as of yet, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to do that next week. So any of your listeners, any children or families with children 3 to 5 years old, we are looking for your children. Our mission is to cultivate a joy for reading through early literacy. And we want to expose children to the whole world of reading. We're not teaching them to read, but we're getting them ready to learn how to read. My thought is that with a lot of children, our parents don't know that we don't wait until the children go to school to learn how to read. When we do that, it's too late. They're behind. And then reading becomes a punishment because they're challenged, they're struggling because they're behind already. So we want to give them that exposure before they go to school. And so we do that. And then we want to help them to build their home libraries as well. So we'll be giving books to the children as well as the parents, because the parents always get left out, number one. Number two, and probably more importantly, the children need to see the parents reading. So
that's true.
So it's normal, it's not like an extra thing. It's part of life. It's second nature. So.
It is. It really is. I like your play on words with get litty with it because
I
it's
do
like
too.
get lit, get literature, get lit. I was like, oh, that's kind of
That's
smooth.
cute.
How did you come up with that?
So I say dope a lot because
Okay,
we're from that era where dope means sweet and
right.
Mhm.
so my son was like, what is that? What does that mean? And I was like, he was like, you can't use that. We don't use that anymore. So Nick Speed, I don't know if you're familiar with Nick Speed, but he is a producer and
Mhm.
artist from Detroit. He and
Okay.
my friends, we went to school together. And at the time I was writing a song and he was actually engineering it for me, producing it for me. And I said, well, he said I can't use dope. So what do you use? And he was like, get lit. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was just, that. And then I was like, I can use that for my reading readiness program because
Mhm.
I do want people in general, not just children, but you got to start with the babies,
Mhm.
to get lit about reading.
Mhm.
So
I like it because the first thing I thought about was literature before I
Mhm.
even thought about actually get litty. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was like,
yeah,
oh, that was kind of a nice play on the words. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I
Very
like it.
creative. Very
Especially
creative.
if if you use it past 5 years old, because the high school kids and people that think they're so hip, which hip
yeah,
is not a word anymore either. They, you
yeah,
know, they use lit. And so if
right,
they hear get litty, that'll get them interested as well. So
right.
for
So
sure.
yeah.
That's cool. That's
Okay, so when did you decide? How long have you been writing for children? Or when did you decide that you were going to be the author? And then did you ever imagine it even going this far? Because you have quite a few things out there.
So that's a big question or multi question. I've been writing since I was a child, mostly to express myself. One, my mom will tell you that if she told me to be quiet, that I would write a letter and slip it on the door. So to get the last word, it was like, okay, tell me to be quiet. You tell me.
Oh yeah.
I did right. So this is
You
what I
didn't
have to say.
say I couldn't write you.
Right. But as a child, I mean, I experienced and saw a lot of things and um a lot of times I felt uncomfortable speaking.
Mhm.
So I would write. And then in middle school, um I guess there was a lot going on then, such as now, but we didn't have the exposure. And they had contests. They had like area contests for Detroit Public Schools,
Okay.
writing contests, and my works were selected 2 years in a row to be
Okay.
published in these books, and they had these little ceremonies, and I don't know what happened to that, but so um, as an adult, I wrote a book, and it was very adult content. But it was short stories, and I wrote it to get my best friend, who, when I read, unless it's smut, to
Mhm.
read, because
Okay.
that's my way of sharing in my love for reading. So you I believe that a lot of people, they say they don't like to read, but it's because they haven't found what they like to read, whether
Right.
it be magazine articles or horror stories or sci-fi or historical fiction. When we go to
Comic books.
Yeah, again,
That too.
we rely on the school system to say this is what you read and this is what's appropriate for you. And a lot of times that's not of interest to us. And so because that is what is put before us, and we don't have anybody to say, you go explore, you go find what you want to read. It's
Right.
all mandated. Um, you think you don't like to read, and then sometimes our attention span is really short. I worked as not a librarian, but a librarian too, but I worked as a dental assistant in the jail in Wayne County Sheriff Department for a long time. And of course I encountered a lot of men, because I work mostly with the men population, who could not read. And that was
Okay.
devastating. That was devastating for me. And I wanted to start this program then, but at the time I was, young mom, I was in school, I was working full time. And I really didn't have the wherewithal to get the program going. I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to politic, and I didn't want to go through all of that at the time. And but it really needed to be something done for these adults
Right.
who are illiterate. And in this day and age, it's like it's no reason for us to experience that, but it's very heartbreaking to see somebody or experience somebody that cannot read.
Yeah.
It's
really
a handicap. It's a handicap.
It is.
And there's so much behind that, in terms of like, crime and everything else. If you can't read, you can't do anything. And I always tell people who can read, who don't really understand the importance of encouraging programs like this, is that, imagine going to a foreign country, and you can't speak the language. You're in the same spot as this person. It's hard to function. Yeah. And so you're going to resort to things that, may go against the social norms in order to survive. So reading is very important.
That's interesting. Now you said something that I loved about the kids, finding things for kids to like to read. And you listed different things, and I can always remember this one teacher who would, how they have the books on the wall, and she would say, everybody go pick what you want to read. And then you go and pick what you wanted to read or whatever. And it would be newspapers up there. It would be magazines. It would be regular kid books, novels. And I remember looking at this little boy thinking, we're in the second grade. Why he pick a novel? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking, are you really going to read that? But it was really what interests him. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm sure he's probably somewhere now, probably about to run for president, I could imagine. But I'm just saying, like, that's something for parents to know, because even as parents trying to get our kids to read, you're like, here, read this. Because I know for my child during the summer, I made sure she read certain books, and then she would always have to write, because they don't hardly do book reports anymore, right? So I would have her write me out something in the summer. But then when I started letting her choose what she wanted to read, because I was trying to pick books for her to read, she was done with the books faster, and I got a better report. So I like that you said that, because I never even thought of it in that way, you know.
Yeah. And then just being like an educator too, when you let students pick their own books, it teaches them how to read other books.
Right.
So they're reading with interest their books. Right. When they pick up something else, it kind of like broadens their horizon to like other things. And I know, and I fuss about my 16-year-old SF, where she set me up. Okay. So she likes to read, but she started reading like these young adult romance books. And she asked me if she could read one or order one from Amazon when I was half asleep. And at that point, she like ordering the book. I'm like, Lana, want to order another book? Fine, go ahead. And then it turned into this whole series of like Colleen Hoover books, which I'm sure you've heard of.
No, I have not. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I'm like, if your daddy knew.
So I mean,
like hungry reading them. So
librarians in our Bill of Rights, we're not supposed to censor, but beyond that, as a young adult and even a child, like I could read whatever. Like I was reading Dean Koontz in middle school, and that's in part to my uncle. I want to say my favorite uncle, Leo. I would see him reading, and I can't express in words what it's like to see a man reading, a Black man sitting down reading. It's like a wonder. And he's probably one of the reasons why I'm an avid reader. But he would, read these big, thick books. And I liked horror. Even as, a little kid, I did not really watch TV. And when I did, I liked scary stuff.
My daughter.
Look, we have Vern. He's watching now too. Vern, if you could list some of the things that you like as as a man? Like, what kind of books do you read? What kind of books do you have your sons reading?
I went to high school with Vern.
Oh,
Did you?
He was an
all right.
upperclassman. Yeah, he was an upperclassman. Actually, I went to school with his sister Amanda. We were
Okay.
classmates.
Oh, sweet,
Nice.
sweet.
Nice. Can I ask you a
It's such
question?
a small world.
It is a small world. SF, how do you
Yeah.
feel about the ban on books like 1984, Catcher in the Rye, all the things that they made us read of Mice and Men? Now they're banning the books.
Again, as a librarian, I don't, and just as a person in general, I don't believe in banning books. I think there is a motive and a mission behind that. Um, Reading is one of
Definitely.
those things that, like I said, my first book was very adult content, and I was really shy to like promote it, even though my mission was innocent. I feel like it's not like TV, like where you can just turn it on and you see these images. You have to read to create your own images. And so if you don't want to read the book, don't read the book. If you don't want your children to read the book, then don't give them access to the materials. It's not instantaneous like, watching TV
Or
or
the
the
internet.
billboards that you see when you're writing down.
Or the internet that's
Right.
right at their fingertips,
Exactly. I think, suppressing people's ability, taking their ability or right to read away is very dangerous.
It is.
Mhm.
Because it's eventually, I wish I could think of a movie where people would be, but I think they were sneaking to actually read the Bible, not necessarily just regular books.
Which is
But
the number one banned book. The Bible
right,
is the number one banned book.
right. So I can see people being so, like your word, in bondage over not being able to elevate and grow. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because if I can't even explore, you live through your wildest imagination through a good book. If
Yeah.
you can read a good book and sometimes you can't wait to get to the ending, it's like, so creativity will be lost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just people free thinking will start to become, lost.
And that's the
And
goal.
yes, and it's sad. When I was in grade school, many parents didn't want us to read To Kill a Mockingbird. So the other choice was a Tom Say.
Sawyer. She probably meant to say Sawyer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Tom
I don't
Tom
think
Sawyer.
I didn't read Tom Sawyer, but I don't think that was any better. It probably was worse.
No, it wasn't
And
better.
yeah, I read To Kill a Mockingbird the first time in seventh grade, and I didn't appreciate it until I read it again. I was much older, probably an adult. When I read
Okay.
it again, I could appreciate it. But yeah, they're trying to ban a lot of books, and to me, it's when you sit down and you think about it, like, and I'm a proponent for bearing arms. I feel like we should have the right to bear arms because I think that's dangerous too, to take away um, people's rights to bear arms. But when you can't ban these assault weapons and keep people who shouldn't have the guns, but you can ban a book, like you're on this mission to ban books, like that's crazy.
It is crazy. And I know this is it's on topic to what you just said, but it's off topic to what we're fully discussing. But somebody wrote a meme and it was really good. And they were like, when I go to the grocery store, I literally need a license to buy Sudafed and cough medicine.
Mhm.
But an 18-year-old can go in and buy an assault rifle.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy. It is the craziest thing. That's the flip flop of how the world is being molded.
Yeah, because you
So
can't buy 2 boxes of Sudafed or any of that stuff. You're limited to 1, but you could buy a whole box of bullets. So.
and cough medicine, they like no. So I know, is the majority of your our target audience children?
Yes. So there was a lady and she had a saying, and I can't remember who she is and exactly how her quote read, but it was something to the effect that if you want to write something for adults, write it for children. And so I know that, the parents are the ones that are going to buy the books, educators, they're going to buy the books. So, and then read them to the children. So they hopefully get the message or messages that are in the books too. So yeah, 0 to 8 years old is typically, and then, some of the books, they may seem like for young children, but like I said, the message is there for the older children. And then so the vocabulary may be a little advanced, but I believe in teaching up, even though it's like, again, that exposure. So like, you are exposed to these words, and you can have an adult read the books to you, and also explain what these words mean. And if they don't know it, then, we have the information at our fingertips. There's no reason for us to not know anything. You can go and look it up online.
I like that.
Yeah, those are teachable moments too.
Yes.
Brings about those conversations that we need to have. And if we're letting kids read the books that they want to read, or students read the books they want to read, and then that makes them naturally inquisitive to ask questions when they get another book, like, what does this mean? What are we reading now? How many books have you written so far?
I have 4 children's books.
4?
And
nice.
Published. I have one that I hope to, I probably won't produce it this year, because I have so much going on, but next year for sure. Have you ever put a dragon in your wagon is the next. And then I have other manuscripts written, and then I have a few in my head that I'm writing.
Nice.
So
that's nice.
Fun. So what inspires you? How do you decide not just because I like that title, pulling a dragon in your wagon. How do you come up with your topics, your titles, your story themes?
Just life, day-to-day life. I don't conjure anything up. Typically the titles come to me. And then I go from there. Rarely is it a topic like a salad is an exception. Like a Salad is about 2 siblings exploring the nuances of skin tones within their family with their grandparents. And originally it was going to be called The Hugh Family, but the title was not, it wasn't popping enough for me. So we came up with Like a Salad. And but I had the content before I had the title. But usually I come up with titles. Like I have a whole list of titles of books, even adult books, that I'll probably never write. They may become movie scripts, screenplays, but
nice.
But I'll never finish a whole adult novel because my attention span is not long enough for one. I like that. Yeah.
Like going around the track, I'm done.
Yeah. But I like writing for children. So, but yeah, the ideas, for instance, one of the most recent titles is Baby Dino Jumps Over the Moon. And I wasn't even thinking about the cow jumps over the moon at the time until my friend pointed it out, and he was like, you can't copy that. And I'm like, well, titles can't be copywritten, and it's not going to be anything like the cow jumped over the moon. But I came up with the title when Dad was pulling books at work for a request, and there was a dinosaur on the cover, and it was something totally different, but I just came up with the title, and then I started writing it in a form based off of my favorite childhood book, one of my favorite childhood books, which was The House That Jack Built. Okay. And so it's like a rhyming build on story. Now I've changed it a few times since I started, which is part of my process. Like, you start with an idea, and then you just, you go until you have the finished product, how you want it. But usually the the ideas, they come to me and I just
jot them.
let them lead me.
I like.
Yeah.
Now, when you write your books, are you writing them for all children's 0 to 8? By all, I mean, is it a diverse audience that you're expecting?
Yes.
It's mostly
So
for us.
my books are written for everybody, but the characters look. I want them to look like us. I would say marginalized people, minorities, because there's more now. There's more self-published, and there's more, especially since COVID, a lot of the traditional publishers are looking for Black and Indigenous voices.
Mm-hmm.
But traditionally or historically, there's a chart that can't think of her name right now, but she's also she's a scholar, Dr. Bishop, and she has 2 last names, but one of them is Bishop, and I'll come back to you all and with her name. But she created this chart, and they posted like every year, every other year, and it shows like the different ethnicities and the percentages of books by the Mirror. Her thing is the Mirror, and so it shows like different size mirrors. So you have your full size mirror, which I have one in the background, and it shows like Caucasian children, the percentage of Caucasian children in the books, and then they have like the highest percentage, and then representation, they're represented the highest in books, and then under that are animals.
Wow, I can believe that.
And then you have I want to say like your African American, and you have your Asian. So it goes from like a quarter mirror to a handheld mirror to like, you know, makeup mirror. And it's just, you know, it gets smaller with, you know, the minorities. And so for books to, you know, highlight animals more than people, and I get it, you know,
I can believe that though.
that's what, you know, that's something that interests children, and it just so happens like with Dancing Monkeys in My Soup and Bush Baby Go to Sleep, Jabbar, he is the main character. He's exploring different continents right now in different countries within those continents, and he's being exposed to different animals that we typically don't hear about. And so the stories are, the purpose of the stories are, one, to, you know, be fun, to edutain though is the main goal. So we explore these animals, the cultures in which the country, the books are set in, the countries they're set in, and just like the countries itself. So there's a lot going on in those books, and we put a guide in the back too. So you have a human, and you're debunking myths. With Dancing Monkeys in My Soup, there was a lot going on in my mind with that story.
Okay.
And one was the fact that we encroach on animals' natural habitats, but then we get scared or upset when they come in the home. So in this book, they're on vacation in Peru, and these monkeys come in the house. And I've been on vacation before and stayed in a house in like the rainforest, or what was part of the rainforest at one point. And there were, you know, you could hear the animals. They came to the pool and stuff like that, and it didn't bother me. But you know, a lot of people get scared. And so so I don't know if that comes across in the book, but that was something that was on my mind. And then also too, like the pygmy marmosets, they are very small. They could very well dance in your soup because they are that small. They are like they weigh like a stick of butter. That's how much they weigh.
Okay.
And so one of the activities in the back of the book is to ask students to create a petition to stop people from poaching these animals from their natural habitats and selling them as pets, because they don't live well by themselves. They live in troops, and so the lifespan is cut off significantly when they're taken from their troop, from their family.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, so SF and all your books kind of conclude with you giving them like an assignment, or
Not all of them.
I like that.
Like a Salad has a coloring page so that children can color the family and how they see their family. And then Dancing Monkeys in My Soup and Bush Baby Go to Sleep, they both have family educator guides in the back that has assignments and activities that the parents and educators and the students can all participate in.
Absolutely love that, because that engages everyone
Yes.
in the story and gets the kids talking too.
Yes.
Do you have a book nearby?
Yep, I have all of them.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you that way. I think that'll be quicker. Can you see them?
Yes.
So that's Like a Salad. This is Dancing Monkeys in My Soup. This is my favorite because it encompasses everything that
Hold it up just a little bit more. Like go up. Yeah, I want to see the girl's face.
Yeah,
so
we can't dance.
Yeah. Can you see it?
No, like bring it up.
Or down. Is it down?
Maybe it's down for her, but
can you see it there?
No.
Did you move it?
Mm-mm.
No, we want you to move the book like how you have moved it.
No, I didn't. I moved the phone.
Oh, you moved the phone. Oh, so then you need to move the phone down then.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see it now?
We
Girl,
still see.
did
I
you
always see
touch
is
that
dancing
phone?
monkeys. I always see is dancing monkeys. We want to see the cute little girl.
Let me. Okay. Uh-oh.
Can you lift the book up?
Y'all there?
Yep. Or just pull in the
I
front
can't
of
hear
you.
y'all. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
we can hear you.
I can't hear y'all.
Oh no, we might have did too much.
I'm gonna go out and come back in. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Because sometimes we just feel confident enough to.
Oh, we messed her up.
We did.
My bad.
So.
I was just trying to see that. Oh, your buddy is on, Tanya.
Everett's going to be on August 21st, talking about back to school and teachers.
Hello, Everett. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Okay. Can we see you? So, like, is the books where you can hold them at where you are now?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in front of me so then that way I don't have to touch the phone and I don't know. Okay. So
yes.
This is Dancing Monkeys in My Soup.
Oh, I love the artwork.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, your illustrations are so nice.
Who does your illustrations for you?
I have different artists.
Beautiful.
Nice. Oh, your illustrations I love.
This is Mom.
Nice.
So
very colorful.
Yeah. You gotta, catch the children's eye. And then this is Bush Baby.
Nice.
And same character, different illustrator though.
Okay.
It's kind of dark, but it's a bedtime story.
Very nice.
And then The Empress's New Hair. This is my first children's book.
Okay.
And it's loosely based off of my challenges, my internal challenges with my hair. So it's to teach to embrace and appreciate what you have. Okay. And that's one of those adult books, like, you write it for the babies,
but it's for the adults.
Teach them that, but you want the adults to get the message too, like, appreciate your hair. Yeah. Appreciate yourself and who you are. I had an opportunity to go to DPS school this week, and Like a Salad was the featured book, and I spoke to 8th graders. It was for the Dean Diversity Day, so the dean actually had the 8th graders going and to read like a salad to the younger students, which I think was really cool. But I had the opportunity to actually speak to the 8th graders, and we talked about, you know, like skin tones and my experience and just like the world in general, and how skin tone is used to colorisms, used to drive a wedge between people, and how bland the world would look if we all had the same skin tone and the same hair. So,
right.
you know,
That's very nice.
Yeah. So those books are
great. So how can people order your books? Like, where do they order them from?
They can order them from my website, which is sfhardybooks.com.
Okay.
Yeah, on the landing page, if they click on the pictures that are provided, it'll take them to a retailer and they can purchase the books there. And they're all on the landing page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Tanya, you have any more comments?
No, I'm just excited. I'm excited that SF was on here to have someone just like-minded, and getting our kids educated is always a beautiful thing. Engaging families, and then this just reminds me of my niece when she did her dissertation, and it was like she spoke about like illiterate parents and how they can't keep up with their kids in school,
right,
and having them start the preschool program the same time as their preschool kids,
right,
and not so much on the preschool level, but just somewhere where they're just starting the program at the same time, so that they can progress at the same time and be right there with their kids, so that they can help their kids. And so when you write your books and you have like the educator engagement at the back, or even for parents to be able to engage on some kind of level, I applaud that, and I'm just so happy to have met you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I'm interested in reading her dissertation because I observe people a lot, and I observe like foreign cultures, and you see how the youth actually, they translate everything to the parents, so they are the anchor, you know. And so that is similar to what you said her dissertation was, and it makes a lot of sense. But the parents have to be willing to do it and accept that, okay, you know, this is an issue, but it can be fixed. I think a lot of that gets swept under the rug because the parents are embarrassed, they're ashamed, but we can't be. We're doing our children a disservice. I mean, I couldn't give my son everything, and I had to farm out a lot of stuff. You know, it really does take a village to raise children, because we can't give our children everything. We don't have it all. We're always learning. And so admitting that, you know, it's just a challenge. It's nothing that we can't get over, and getting over that, you know, embarrassment is a big thing. And I think we can learn a lot from those foreign families who rely on their children to make sure they're able to function in day-to-day life.
Right. That's true. That's very true, because things are changing. I still remember just thinking about helping so I was very, very strong in reading definitions. Those are always my strong suits. When they started changing the core math or whatever, and my daughter had brought some things home, and I'm thinking like, ain't no way I'm sitting here and don't know how to do no 6th grade math. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it makes you feel incompetent. Like, I was on YouTube, like I'm like, first of all, I know how to get the answer. The teacher sent the letter back, like, you got to do it the way I told you to do it. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it like that.
It's more than one way to skin the cat. And I think that's crippling.
So I was like, okay, we've got to get a tutor, because clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. But it does make you feel a little embarrassed, because you should be able, you know, your kid looking like, well, why you don't know? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But why they changing it? It's not broke, don't fix it.
Yes.
I feel you.
But be using your resources, like, you know, going to YouTube, because I did that too with my son. I was like,
I stayed on YouTube.
To do this. I struggled with it to begin with, when I got it, and I realized too in doing that, like by the time I got to the 12th grade, and they were putting me in classes that were, because they didn't have nowhere else to put me, and I was learning stuff, and I was like, why couldn't I get this in the 9th grade? My mind just was not ready to conceptualize that stuff, but
right.
Knowing that, I was able to help my son a lot, and I would go to YouTube, and then if I couldn't get it, I mean, and they, it's hard to help your own children.
Yeah.
It's time to go tutor.
Why the level of sometimes? Look, let me tell you. You want to sit there and help them, right? That's why I laugh so hard when I see people put up memes, and it'll be like, "What is 1 + 3?" And then the kid be like, 2. And then the parent be like, what is 1 + 3?
Say the same thing.
Yeah.
you just kind of get a little frustrated, but I'm gonna tell you, YouTube was my friend, girl. You don't know how many days I was at work watching people on YouTube trying to get this math, because I was like, this is not gonna beat me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even understand. I'm still trying to understand what was the purpose in changing it? Like, do they ever give an answer for that?
I don't know, but I did hear recently it was supposed to be going back. So Tanya, did you hear that?
No.
I did. Somebody just posted it. Somebody that was an educator on my page said that they were talking about going back, and I don't know if it's true or if it's just was a discussion, because I never went back to read the comments in the post, but that would be lovely. I mean, my child is out of school now, but those behind us, they'll benefit.
I know.
Right.
And I heard cursive writing is coming back too.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of for me in school, the first few years, like, I wasn't a good student, but I was really good at cursive writing, and I could not print. Like, I would get in trouble because I wanted to write, and that's just my creative brain working, and that was something that I was good at. So I think they definitely need to bring cursive back. I mean, even like just the green paper, because I see kids, they're writing on this college rule paper, and they don't even have them formed in writing.
Exactly. And that the green paper with the big lines,
yes,
all of that stuff works.
Yes.
I did try to help my daughter a little bit. Like, I went to the dollar store and got her the cursive books, but I feel like I still did her a disservice because I didn't sit down with her with that like I did with other things. So she can write in cursive, but to me, like, I should have been a little bit more on her, but I heard they're bringing it back. So I think that's a beautiful thing, because I don't know why they didn't think these kids would have to sign their names. I don't know who told them that, but and sometimes some kids don't even know how to read it. Like, it's almost like a foreign language to them. So like, I'll give my daughter something in cursive and she will read it, but some words she'd be like, that's a T?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a T? I'm like, yes, that's a T. Why is it made like that? You know, I'm like, no, you don't pick the cursive T like that. It's like this. So it's a weird thing. But right quick, because I don't like to abruptly end. Wait, there was no reason to change the way. Yes, cursive did identify you as a person, because I'm gonna tell you, nobody could slip no letter in my locker. I knew everybody's handwriting, and I'm like, oh, I know you wrote this, right? You can't tell me you didn't write.
I mean, our signature is unique to who we are.
Right, but they didn't sign it. We all had our own way of writing. And you can try to slant your letters to the right if you want to, but this is still the way you write. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might have mastered plagiarizing our parents' signature, but it was.
Oh, girl, I was so good at that.
Well, how did we get on this topic?
Anyway, I don't know, but I don't want. I know, but I don't want to abruptly end. So I know, Steph, because we do keep it right under at 59 minutes. We can post it to Instagram, but talk about 2 minutes about your body butters and your candles and stuff, because you do that too.
So my body butters and my candles, they are connected to my writing under She Nominal Ink. They all each scent has its own affirmation. Okay. So like laughter is one of the scents, and it's laughter is a soul or spirit booster. Laugh a lot. I decided to start making big candles, and I'll show you all. Hold on. So this vessel right here, you see it? I'm prepping.
That's huge.
Yeah, I'm making that for myself.
Wait, you made that?
I'm getting ready to. Actually, as we speak, the wax is cooling off. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a house.
That thing is huge. That's gonna be what, a $60 candle?
Yeah, that one probably gonna be a little more because that vessel costs $40.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you want a big vessel, it's gonna cost you. And I think I plugged my phone up. And then this is another one. This is gonna be a gift.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, for somebody. So and then we have these little vessels. Now I'm doing the 10, the color 10. So each 10 will have, each scent will have its own it will have its own color vessel to correlate with the scent. So we're doing some rebranding.
Okay.
But the candle line and the body butter line is Poetic Scents.
Nice. A Poetic Scent. So I know you say you're doing some rebranding, but can people order candles now?
Yes, they can order them from Poetic Scents Candles.com.
Okay, Poetic Scent.
Up too.
With an S at the end. Candles.
Candles.
Yeah. Poetic Scents Candles.com.
Okay, perfect. Oh, you just got all kind of stuff going on.
Look over and see if that's right. Can you see the comments?
I can't see
yours, Tanya.
I can put it in the chat though. Let me see.
Okay, because Keela just put it in the chat just to make sure. And if you look,
now I can see it. Yep, that's right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
So we make sure we put those up and put your websites to the page. So thank you. You gave a lot of good information today.
Yes.
I like that you like to help the babies. Oh, I'm in love with your illustrations and your book.
Thank you.
And your writing. And I love what you're doing for the children. I love people that are always, trying to give back to help people get to the next level. We can never have enough of those people in the world.
No.
I agree.
So I definitely appreciate it. Now Tanya normally gives a challenge every episode. So before she gives the challenge, is there anything that you want the people to know? And it could be where to go to find you. It can be just some little words of encouragement. Just some last words.
Just be patient and nice to yourself. Most of us are going through something, and it's just life. Be patient. Give yourself some grace, and tomorrow is another day, and live every day like it is your last, because you don't know. I'm seeing a lot of death up and down the timeline, and it's people our age and younger, and don't be scared. Live fearlessly. Do whatever it is you want to do, plus more. The universe will conspire with you. That's one of my favorite quotes from The Alchemist. To make things happen.
That was a good book.
Don't hinder yourself. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books.
That's a good book.
Yeah. So yes. And chat with me, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Stephanie Fazikis Hardy. And you can find my links, all my social media links on my website. Again, it's sfhardybooks.com. Yep. Reach out.
We got you covered. We're gonna make sure we put you all out there. Yeah. Okay, and then Tanya, what's the challenge for the week?
Just in the spirit of staying in the vein of SF Hardy, purchase a book and put it in the hands of a preschooler. And it's
Yes.
not so much a challenge, it's just like encouraging.
Yes.
Purchase a book, and even if you can't make it to her website, when you're out at the dollar store or something, just drop some books off at a school or the local library. Just get some hands in it, in the hands of these kids.
Yeah, and I will do readings. I'll do virtual readings. I come to school because I love it. That's my passion. And then you can find me on YouTube too under SF Hardy. If you don't feel comfortable reading to the babies and you don't have time to reach out to me, you can go on there, and there's me reading my books and some other books as well on YouTube. So
nice. Oh, girl, because they pop these YouTube other videos up. You can pop that up too. I like that. Girl, you so ahead of the time.
I don't know.
So we appreciate it. We certainly appreciate it. And we will definitely have all of your information posted to the site so that people can, get to you and everything.
Thank you all for having me. It was
thank you for
joy.
coming, and thank you for being so patient with us. Listen, guys, Stephanie was so patient with us because we had an emergency that day, so we had to reschedule you. So thank you for not thinking that our podcast was janky. It just things just
happen. Life happens.
So we thank you, and we thank you for working with us too, because you were very, very patient. So we appreciate it. We appreciate it. So everybody have a phenomenal week.
Yes.
Who is the guest next week? Oh, it's Father's Day.
It's Father's Day. So we're going to do like 30 minutes or less. Shout out to fathers. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. So you want to check it out for that 30 minutes.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, not to me, because
to the guys.
To the guys, look, because I'm not one of them mothers that be like, "Thank you, girl," but I'm not one of those mothers. But we'll still be on at noon, right?
I think,
or is it noon? Okay, we'll have a time for you next week, but it'll be the Father's Day episode. So
yes,
see you guys later, and you all have a phenomenal week.
Be safe.
Bye.
Bye.